Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Crusader Kings 2. It is I, the Golden Joeblivion. We're back with Lord Jon of the North. No longer Lord Commander, just Jon, Lord Jon of House Stargaryen. That's not correct. I'll have to fix that, I think, maybe if I can find time to do that. Or if we're just gonna be stuck as House Stargaryen. I don't know. I'm hoping that the game has it scripted to where we will become House Stark once we take the North, if we can take the North. We're close, but Stannis is closer at losing his war for the Iron Throne, which I don't know if that means we're going to teleport into a dungeon along with Stannis, but, I mean, I guess we're going to find out one way or another. So, looking at the armies right now, I mean, it's a little hard to tell because I haven't started the timer. Once I start the timer, then the little sigils will all change to become more accurate. These little Winterfell icons will turn to Dreadfort icons and stuff like that. But looking at things right now, in fact, what we can do is let's look Lord Roose, Lord Paramount Roose Bolton. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, shit. Okay, Lord Paramount Bolton has 8,000 men. We have 2,000. Stannis has 1,700. But we have a lot of allies on our side in this war. And looking at the forces in play right now in the north, I see only roughly 5,000 enemy soldiers that can actually fight back. Here we have 7,500. We did just crush a Bolton army of, oh, it looks 2,700 that are going to fall back to Iron Wrath. We, of course, are going to pursue, but something that made me kind of surprised is Ramsay Bolton is actually dead. Ramsay Bolton is dead. If you guys remember last episode, we captured them when we took the Dreadfort, and we transferred them to Stannis, who then decided that, Lord Ramsay of Winterfell was going to be burned alive as an offering to the Red God. All things considered, I think that was a deserved fate. I think that was, well played. Lord Hallis, the last heir of Lord, are there only 2 Boltons now? There are only 2 Boltons left. Lord Hallis is also in the dungeons of Lord Paramount Stannis, who might also be burned as an offering to the Red God. And we have Lady Paramount Walda, the wife of Lord Roose Bolton. Where is this guy? He's leading troops in Torrhen Square. He is down here. If we can... Now, here's the thing. If Lord Roose Bolton dies, I don't know what happens to the game. I suppose we can look up claimants. So there's lots of claimants to the north here. Kingdom of the North. How is inheritance look? I can't really check the inheritance. The inheritance of the North is real. It's going to fall under question. I don't know what the game's going to do about it. If Lord Paramount Roose dies, I would love to capture him and get an instant win. Because I think if we can take the North and become Lord of the North in Winterfell, if Stannis loses in the South, we will be safe. Which is fine by me. But I don't know. So I think I've explained enough. There's enough exposition here. I'm just really afraid that this 98 is going to tick over to 100 and Stannis is going to instantly lose, and then we're screwed no matter what. Where is this army going to? It's going to King's Course. It's going down here, isn't it? King's Course, yeah. And we're pursuing this army here. We have to pursue it regardless. Can we kidnap Lord Paramount Roose? No, because his intrigue is... He has godlike levels of intrigue, so we're not going to be able to kidnap him the old-fashioned way. Jesus Christ. What about Tommen? Is there anything we can do against this guy as a pet cat? Great. Plot to kill? No, we can't. Jesus. Alright, well, I guess we just have to kind of roll with the dice here. My lord, we received word that the suspected traitor, Sansa Stark, has been found. She apparently has been in the care of Lord Paramount Peter Baelish since she vanished after King Joffrey's murder. She has now been revealed by Lord Paramount Peter, who no doubt has ambitions on the north, and she is married to Sir Harold the Young Falcon. Good for her. She doesn't like us, because she is deceitful and ruthless now. I see. But if Sir Harold the Young Falcon were to take over the Vale, I think it would be easy for us to get an alliance with him. Could we get an alliance with Robert of the Vale now? No. Interesting. Do we have any children? No. Rickon is in the north. He's at Newcastle and White Harbor. Excellent. So we could betroth him to somebody. Actually, maybe not. Actually, no, we can't. We could betroth him to Alysanne Dane. I don't know if House Dane would really aid us that much in our efforts. Excellent. Well, Sansa's alive. Now, there is Rickon. Brandon Stark was murdered on the orders of Theon Greyjoy. From my understanding, to get Brandon Stark, I guess he's across the wall somewhere at Cruster's Keep or something. Question is how do we even get him? I don't know. I think it might already be too late. And then Arya is in fucking Bravos or someplace. All right, Sansa's here, but we need to win the war for the North. The North. All right, take this army out here, and then maybe we can march down here and destroy this force of Boltons, but they're probably going to run away. All right, yes. Okay, I'm starting to panic a little bit. The craven John Umber has failed to answer my call to arms, preferring to sit behind his castle walls. While it's leading the armies of Lord Paramount Stannis Baratheon, we won the Battle of Ironrath against Lord Paramount Roose. If you guys remember, Ironrath was where that force was fleeing to that we pursued. For some reason, Roose Bolton jumped into that army. Big fucking mistake, because he is now imprisoned by us. Okay, and now we have this event that I've never seen before. Lord Paramount Stannis has won his war and raised me up as a Lord of Winterfell. Matriarch Melisandre has been besieging me, however. Jon, she is so close to me, I could feel the warmth of her breath. R'hllor is the only true god. The Red God is the only true god. A vow sworn to a tree has no more power than one sworn to your shoes. Open your heart and let the light of the Lord come in. Burn these weirwoods and accept Winterfell as a gift of the Lord of Light. Okay, I didn't know I was going to have this option, and now this is going to be very controversial. I don't know what we're going to do. This is part of the price I must pay. 50% chance we get the sympathy for the Westerosi gods. We become a R'hllor follower. We gain favored by R'hllor. Lose large godswood in Winterwood. So we would burn the godswood in Winterfell pretty much. 10% chance we become fire obsessed. We get religious unrest. Priest Medric gains the godswoods. The followers of the old gods of your court and amongst your vassals will decrease their opinion of you by -15 for 12 months. 36 months, actually, which is 3 years. We gain 250 prestige. Lord Paramount Jon will join Lord Paramount Stannis at the Stormlands in his offensive wars. Lord Paramount Jon will join Lord Paramount Stannis in his defensive wars. All right, so that was, defensive and offensive wars. So let's see here. 10% chance we become fire obsessed, but we would get favored by the Red God. This character is favored by R'hllor. Damage against religious enemies 10%. Monthly piety. Health +2. Personal combat skill +5. R'hllor opinion +, and we would get the chance for taming dragons and stuff. So we have the chance to become very, very godlike, and we're still a teenager. Because if we look at Stannis, chosen by R'hllor, we're favored by R'hllor, but he's chosen by R'hllor. And he wields Lightbringer. Is that the real Lightbringer? Lightbringer is supposedly the sword of Azor Ahai, a legendary hero who is prophesied to fight the great other. Lightbringer is thought to be a sword made of living fire. It's also known as the Red Sword of Heroes. I did not have the White Walkers or the others enabled in this playthrough because they are bugged. Once they happen, they never go away, and apparently people are able to fight the great others and win. I don't know. I don't do any of that shit. I want to see Lord Jon take over the Iron Throne. I have no right. Winterfell belongs to the old gods. He dislikes us because we refuse to convert. We still join Lord Paramount Stannis in his wars and stuff like that. But I don't know if I can really afford pissing off all the Lords of the North and become a follower of the Red God. Ooh, this is a hard choice. This is a hard choice. However, if we follow the Red God, our chances of taming dragons goes up. Now, I'm not sure if that's really going to make much of a difference because Dany, whom we were supposed to marry, is apparently now available. I thought she married Hisdar. What is she doing? She's leading troops in Yaros. If we want to marry Dany and take one of her dragons and tame them, we have to become Red God worshiper. She's High Valyrian. She gets 3,000% dragon taming chance. Jesus Christ. Oh man, this is such a hard decision. I'm leaning towards adopting the Red God simply because Dany is a part of the objectives for this series, and I would love to be able to tame a dragon along with Dany. But I think maybe, because I have the R plus L equals J events activated, we can discover Jon Snow's true parentage, which I think would convert him from a Northerner into a High Valyrian individual because, well, his dad was a High Valyrian. Then does it matter if we worship the Red God? I don't know. Sacrifices to R'hllor. This is going to upset a lot of the sympathy for Westerosi gods, which means we could eventually become Faith of the Seven. I don't know. Oh, this is so difficult. Jesus, I didn't think I was going to dither so much on one choice, because if we follow the Red God, Jon will become more powerful himself. He might even be able to become chosen of Azor Ahai, which could almost make him immortal. But at the same time, would Jon Snow actually do that? I don't think he would. I just don't see him doing that. And in the series, that's kind of what Jon Snow did. Was he was more like, I'm not gonna. I don't know. In the series, the show, actual show, Jon Snow really didn't amount to a whole lot of anything, and ended up just kind of like wandering beyond the wall with the wildlings. Even though he was resurrected though by a red priest, which you cannot do if you're any other religion. So maybe that would make sense. All right. I don't know how I feel about it, but I want to kind of see Lord Paramount Jon become a god, and I think this is one step closer to doing that. Okay, I forgot it was going to change the interface and everything like that. That doesn't really change. Why did it change it to brick? That's really weird. But we are now a Red God worshiper. Dragon taming chance plus 50%. Favored by R'hllor, dragon taming chance plus 200. We are Lord Paramount Jon of the Whoa, okay. Okay. Why is Last Hearth here? Is imprisoned by Lord Walder, the late Lord. So, could we rescue him? Plot to rescue him. If we march down here... Oh, Lord Walder is imprisoned by Lord Roose of the Flints... Okay. Could we attack him? No, we can't attack him. Alright, Lord Paramount Jon, you have 11,000 soldiers, and I think now, if Stannis loses, we ourselves will not lose. The Iron Throne will come after us, though. I believe they will. Let's see, plot to kidnap, plot to kill. Tommen. Why are you... Robert of the Vale, as well as Cersei Lannister, have joined. You would dare. Can Robert be killed? I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't be able to. I mean, he's utterly terrible. Hopefully, he'll get sick and he'll just die. But Lord Paramount Littlefinger is not going to allow that to happen. He is married to Julia of House Footly. Good choice, sir. Good choice. Anyways, can we... Damn? Anyways, now here's the thing. I may have actually screwed up all of our plans because I didn't think about this. Can Red God worshippers marry Faith of the Seven? I think Old Gods and Faith of the Seven can marry together. I don't know about Red Gods. Dany here actually may not want to marry us now. Will not consider offers from infidels. And I have messed it up. I have messed this up because I did not think about the whole infidel type thing. Apparently, I mean, that was weird. I hit matrilineal, and their facial expressions changed, so now she will not marry us. I wonder if she'll get the option to become a Red God worshiper too. I don't know, but yes, I may have actually screwed that up, unfortunately. Maybe we can sway her, though. Maybe we can make her like us. By sending her some gold? I mean, alright. Yeah, she wants to see herself rule the Iron Throne. Could we plot factions? No, we're still fighting for Stannis' wars. We were going to be fighting for him regardless. So, I mean, well, let that be a lesson to everybody. When you play as Jon Snow, you will get the option to convert to the Red God. If you do, you will not be able to marry Dany because she still worships the Faith of the Seven, and Old God worshippers and Faith of the Seven are allowed to marry each other. So, I don't know. Maybe I mean, does that mean I failed the series? I don't think so. I wanted to see Jon Snow become a god, and we still have the option to take over the Iron Throne. But you know what? Maybe we'll lose, and Jon Snow will be thrown in a dungeon. In which case, we can just restart again, and we can do it properly this time. This entire miniseries is just going to be one big tutorial about how to play Jon Snow. That's how I feel it's going to be. All right, now we're an actual ruler now. Our domain is too large. The Temple of Winterwood. Castle of Gatehouse Tower. All right, so this temple, we burned down the weirwood tree, the weirwood grove, and we now have a temple to the Red God. We need to not raise levies, create a new vassal, do it, and that puts our domain into a acceptable range. And our temple is now being ruled by Red Priest Eldrick. Now let's get our council together. We have Sir Ronald Dane. Let's see, foreign religion, wildling sympathizer. I feel ya. So our council is actually pretty well established so far. Red Priest, Elric, I want you to proselytize in Winterfell. Start converting everybody to the Red God. Our High Priest is we're gonna have to hire one. Go ahead and start scheming for us, Sir Wallace Chelstead. In fact, since we're now a Red God worshipper, imagine we can invite a bunch of good people, huh? Or maybe not. We don't really have any really good diplomats. How about commanders? There's really not that many good commanders either. Noho, you are working at a bank, is currently working at a bank. Nice. Okay, would you be willing to join our court? I don't really think we need to invite him. Interesting. He's Volantine. Ooh. Okay. Anyways, we're not going to invite anybody. Let's get Torrin Mage Herald. Ooh, Herald. Ooh. Howlin' Reed. I want you do I want you to retrain the soldiers? We don't really have any children. New administration recently conquered, that's great. Start retraining the soldiers here in Winterfell if you could. Can I see you? Is there any special events involving you, sir? Award honorary title. Yeah, we're gonna make you the regent. Award, Keeper of the Swans. We're gonna make that to you as well. Mirror Reed, Jojen Reed. Yeah, they're all beyond the wall. Which maybe we should send our forces now, led by ourselves, back north to Craster's Keep. I think that's where Bran might be. We gotta try, right? We have to try. And then Stannis is probably gonna want us to help him in this war. What can we do? Maybe we do have to fixate on going down south. We've got 2,000 men, or, well, 4,000 or something. Do we have allies now? No, we don't have any allies. Idle council members. Who's idle? Improve diplomatic relations. Okay, so I think Littlefinger is going to become overlord of the Riverlands. The Vale's already against us. The Westerlands are already fucking against us. What is going on with the Reach? Kingdom of the Reach. Okay, Euron Crow's Eye is the king of the Reach. Okay, his concubines, he's taken Follia Flowers of House Hewitt. I believe that's from somewhere in the Shield Isles somewhere. Lord Humphrey was murdered on the orders of Iron King. Okay, that's great. That's great. And most of her family have become Salt Lives. So the Ironborn have essentially taken the Reach. Super. What is Dorne doing? Dorne is attacking Lord Paramount Stannis in Aegon's conquest. Oh, great. So if we raised all our forces, all 12,000, and we marched on King's Landing, and we take it, Lord Paramount Stannis would become king of the Iron Throne. We're not going to be able to get down there in time. We're not going to be able to do it. That's unfortunate. My prisoner, Lord Roose Bolton, is complaining about his cell. I should honestly have Lord Roose Bolton killed. Can I have him killed? Execute him. Hallis Bolton is... Where is he? At the court in the Dreadfort. I am actually going to have Roose Bolton executed because, well, he deserves it. He deserves it for being a traitor and stabbing Robb Stark in the heart. So, that's what we're going to do. Do we have Ice or do we have Longclaw? No, we have Longclaw. Dragonkin. Interesting. Burn him? Oh, I suppose we could. That might be a good death. His son, Ramsay, was burned alive, and we're going to burn him as well. Mwah! Burn him! Lord Roose III of the Dreadfort has been sentenced to death, and you have commanded he be burned alive as a warning to your enemies. He is tied to a stake and a fire lit beneath him. His screams went on for many minutes until he finally died. They will be outraged. Of course they will be. But we have gained more sacrifices. Now, Lady Paramount Walda the Fat, blood feud, tortured my kin. Tortured? That's such a strong term. I can already tell all of the Jon Snow enthusiasts are going to be absolutely appalled that I led Jon Snow down such a dark path. But you know what? Don't worry, guys. I'm sure I'm going to lose here eventually, and then we can go back and do it all right. Lady Walda, where is she? Convert to local religion. No, we're not going to do that. You can only move your capital during peacetime. Okay, well, we are going to move our capital to Winterfell, back to Winterfell, and it seems Stannis is going to lose. Which makes me think that we're going to have to sit by and listen to King Tommen's decree as to our fate, pretty much. Because we're considered rebels. We're considered rebels, so he's going to have the choice about letting us bend the knee, taking a hostage. Vaon is developing into an ambitious young man. Who is this guy? He's a wildling. He's a wildling. Should teach him to be more proud instead. He's ambitious. I want him to be proud. I don't want him to be ambitious. My lord, I'm scheming and then is born fruit. I've discovered a plot where somebody seeks to incite somebody to revolt. Your incompetent castellan has led a group of smugglers into the county of Fen. Well, I'd prefer it in Fen than in Winterfell. We have lost the war. Our armies have been obliterated. Our castle sacked. Now I stand before King Tommen to hear his judgment. Stannis has been captured. All right. Let us hope he is merciful. Let's see what he decrees. Jon Rightheart, the king has decided to be merciful. Despite your treasonous actions, you shall be allowed to return to your lands unmolested and be pledged to uphold the king's peace forthwith. As a guarantee to this pledge, a hostage from your family shall be taken. This is the judgment of Tommen of the House Lannister. Okay. King Tommen is not a lunatic. Okay, he is not a lunatic. He is content. He is a weak ruler. He's a weak ruler, but he is not a lunatic. Excellent. So Jon, he yet lives as Lord Paramount of the North. And we have joined King Tommen's war against King Aegon, which is fine by me. That is merciful. As you have no suitable relatives to be hostages, you shall be kept as a prisoner. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, that wasn't a part of the agreement, Tommen. That wasn't a part of the agreement. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, shit. Ask to ransom ourselves. We do not have 250 gold. You dirty, dirty boy. You dirty boy on the throne. How dare you? Offer to take the black. Demand a trial by combat. As a prisoner and a person of high birth, you are entitled to a trial by combat from your captor. I think we're going to do it. Offer to take the black. I will not do that. Demand a trial by combat. I am going to do that because we've done that with Eddard Stark before, and I don't really think Tommen has anybody that could best us. And I believe we've got 4 sacrifices, do we not? So even if we get killed, if we have a red priest that really, really likes us, maybe that could... Oh, we got a double up here, a little bug. Interesting. That's actually supposed to be for a maester. So we could try to ransom ourselves out of here. But what I'm going to do is instead I'm going to demand a trial, offer to join war, demand return of artifact. Threatening Widow's Wail currently held by... Why would we demand Widow's Wail? Oh, because it's a piece of ice. Widow's Wail and Oath Keeper are both pieces of ice, and we need to get both of those back if we want to reforge ice. We cannot reform this religion. It's already completely formed in and of itself. Arnoth for the North. Start a faction. We can't because we're in the dungeons. I am going to actually demand a trial by combat. Trial by combat is an ancient custom which can be used to settle accusations or disputes in single combat, possibly to your death. You've announced to King Tommen Lannister your intention to invoke your right to a trial by combat, and you must now select your champion. I will prove my innocence. You may, if eligible, stand for your self-decision in the intrigue menu or select a champion. Right-click on vassals or relatives. We are going to fight this ourselves. Fight in your trial personally. Any noble lord has the right to defend themselves in the trial. Inform King Tommen that you'll do so. We will fight for ourselves. And I want to see, who's he going to send after us? Will he send the mountain? Or, well, what's left of the mountain? If he's even still alive. Or even, if he hasn't been slain in battle or something like that. This army, continue walking to Castle Black. We will join you shortly, men. We will join you shortly. First, we have to fight for our own freedom from the Black Cells at King's Landing. We will fight personally. He could just deny it, though. He could just be a dick and deny it, in which case I think we'll just have to save up money until we have enough to pay for our release. I think Tommen would agree to that, although we do have a blood feud with him, so I'm not really sure. Oh, god damn it. Oh my shit. Shit. All right. Big shit here. All right. I want to get this little fucking thing out of my way first. Let's how do we want to do this? Let's send Sir Alaric Ironwood down to King's Landing to sow dissent amongst King Tommen. So we have sought a trial by combat, and King Tommen has accepted. And he has chosen possibly the toughest opponent I can think of in this bookmark, this time frame, and that is the remnants of the mountain, who is known now as Sir Robert Strong. He's the dual skill of 180. What? Okay. All you people in the comment section, they're going to say, Joeblivion, you fucked up. You weren't supposed to do this with Jon Snow. You're not supposed to make him a Red God worshiper. This is where you guys will get your justice, because Jon Snow is in fact going to die. I can't think of a way Jon Snow can beat Sir Robert Strong, aka Zombie Mountain. I don't think we're going to be able to actually beat him. Which means that in the next episode, we're going to pretty much resume from where this episode began, only we're going to remain as an old god's worshiper. But we may still wind up in the same predicament once again. This will be hard fought. You will commence combat with Sir Robert Strong. Okay, he is a silent monster. He is giant, and he is strong. Which means we will not be able to overpower him. He is slow, which means we might be able to be faster than him. He is also a silent monster. This character never shows their face, hiding it constantly under a helm or mask. They apparently have no physiological necessities, consuming neither food nor drink, and is never heard to speak. Many people have suspicions about the identity of this person. And he's a formidable fighter. Now, I do not remember the Mountain being a formidable fighter, but maybe Sir Robert Strong became a formidable fighter during his transition. Or his death, so to speak. This character was one of the greatest warriors in the known world, favored by the gods and dreaded on the battlefield, whereas we are not. We are a skilled fighter, and that's pretty much all we've got going for us. We are not chosen by the Red God. We are favored by the Red God, but I don't think they're going to save us here. Now, if we die, maybe our Red Priests can resurrect us, but I think that requires a pretty high level of piety, of which we do not have, and our Red Priests... I mean, he kind of does like us, but I don't think we're going to be resurrected. Jesus Christ, we are screwed. Jon Snow, you are screwed. I'm sorry. As I said, the hardest scenario, this will be hard fought. You and Sir Robert slowly circle each other, tense and focused. You scan him for any sign of weakness, any opening in his defense that you could possibly exploit. The only option I can think working here is speed. Just speed. We're younger than he is, and he is slow, so I'm hoping that will be enough for us to get in there and potentially, despite all the odds, somehow win against an opponent with the highest duel skill I have ever seen. I have never seen a character with 180 duel skill. That's amazing. So, Jon Snow, it was a good run. What more can I say? We attack with speed. You are overwhelmed by Sir Robert's immense strength as he strikes you with a body charge. You were sent reeling, which gives him an opening. He defensively evaded my quick attacks. Sir Robert overwhelms my defense and moves to expertly smack his greatsword into the side of our head. I look up at him now, towering above me, ready to deliver the finishing blow. Yield, yield, we get black eye, and Sir Robert considers our yield. He'll probably kill us. Because he doesn't really care about honor or anything like that. And I'm not finished yet. 50% chance we get wounded. No, we're going all out. We're going all out. Sir Robert manages to get the better of you in this exchange, but has not defeated you outright. You force yourself back to your feet and hold Long Claw ready. And we do have a black eye. We do have a black eye, but you know what? It's not affecting the duel right now. The Lord of Light will guide me. Oh, God. Well, what's he going to do now? Is he going to expect us to use speed again? Or is he going to... I think he's going to take the advantage. I'm hoping we will attack with speed again. As you and Robert engage, you slip up and leave an opening in your defense. Sir Robert strikes to try and take advantage. Defend yourself. And what does he do? He gracefully whack his dagger down. Now he has a dagger. Is he dual wielding a greatsword and a dagger? It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. We're gonna keep fighting, Jon Snow. We're gonna keep doing this. Oh God, Jon. Oh Jesus. No puny scratch will stop me. So I mean, I don't see this working. I don't see this working in our favor at all, Jon. You are getting really, really messed up. We can't overpower him. You take a defensive stance. I think that's kind of what he's waiting for. Jon, come on. This is your song. Come on. The Lord of Light. Believe in yourself, Jon. Attack with speed a third time. Sir Robert uses his great range with his longsword to great effect. You cannot get close enough to strike. Eventually, he sees a weak spot and brings his weapon down from great height upon you. Defend yourself. Yield, yield. Oh, now we're forced to yield. Towering above me. Oh, he sliced off half of Jon Snow's face. Oh, Jesus. Robert looks down at you without a hint of emotion on his face. No, all goes dark. Lord Paramount Jon is given the last kiss. As you feel your life force drain from you, High Priest Elric performs the last kiss upon you. He fills his mouth with fire and breathes flame into you to cleanse your soul. The fire revives you, however. You have been resurrected by the Red God. Wouldn't be the first time. Well, technically, in this instance, it is the first time. I feel different. I feel different. I forget. We get resurrected. Our sacrifices go to 0, and we lose the kind trait. Okay, we were resurrected, but we're still missing half our face. Which we can fix. We could fix if we had people we could sacrifice, but we don't have any. Those, being resurrected took all of the rest of our sacrifices with them, and because we're in a dungeon, I don't think we can really... I don't really think there's anything we can do. This guy, could we imprison him? We can. It is based off of the council, but if we could start imprisoning people without gaining tyranny, or maybe gaining tyranny regardless, we could rebuild our stockpile of sacrifices, and then we could use that to actually heal our severe disfigurement, which would prevent us from dying in the dungeons, and then maybe we could eventually either get ourselves saved from the dungeons, or, is Wyman Manderley still here? He's still here. He could possibly save us with his ridiculous intrigue score, but he has to like us enough to do so. So, the trial is over, and you have lost. The Herald proceeds to address the assembled court. Jon Rightheart, you have been found guilty in the sight of gods, and so King Tommen of the House Lannister, King of the Iron Throne, has decreed that you are to remain in his custody, where you shall receive provision and housing befitting your rank and status. King Tommen yet shows his mercy, and even though we were essentially killed by the zombie mountain, I think we fought honorably enough, and we were actually resurrected by the Red God's character has died, but has been resurrected through the power of the Red God. Personal combat skill goes up by 40. Which means if we can heal the severely injured trait and the wounded trait, and then eventually Black Eye and Swollen Wrist goes away, we will actually be an even more dangerous fighter than we were before. Which is it's just a baffling change of events. I struggle to summarize what just happened. Also, what the hell are we gonna do going forward? You guys let me know in the comment section what you want to see happen. Do you guys want to see Jon try this again, only where he remains an old gods worshiper and hopefully can convince Dany to marry him? Or if we should continue down this strange path of Jon being a kind of red god worshiper of House Rightheart. Again, I don't really know how to fix that. I suppose I could change it in the save file. Maybe. I might do that. But let me know in the comment section what you all want to see. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this episode. I have nothing else to add. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video. I have been the Golden Joeblivion. This has been Lord Paramount Jon of the North of the House Rightheart, brought back from the dead. And until next time, I will see you all later.